Today I want to talk to you about clients. As an online business, where do you find new clients? How do you approach new clients? And most importantly, how do you keep them? Out of sight, out of mind is our biggest issue here. And this is exactly what I'm going to talk to you today. Let's do it. Don't go to LinkedIn, don't go to Facebook, don't go to any of those platforms because you're gonna look like an idiot. What I mean by that, when you go online to LinkedIn and you just, I'm David, I'm from a company such and such, and we can give you amazing services and we can do this and we can do that, you just look like a dumbass because everybody else is doing it. Nobody wants to put on the effort. Nobody wants to work with a company like that because it's not trustworthy. It's very important for you to understand that when you want to sell your service, when you want to do something with somebody else, that person has to trust you, and doing that is the first step to anything. I got two ways to find new clients, and I think these ways are the best for an online business, for a small business like mine. For example, one of them is conferences. Obviously, it costs money to go to conferences. Obviously, you got to dress up and you got to spend money to do that, and you got to spend some time. But that's an amazing way to find new clients. Of course, you got to do research for your niche. What are the conferences? What are the people going to the conferences? What are they looking for? But after that, and when you go yourself, those people can see what kind of watch you're wearing. How do you talk? What kind of answers are you giving? And that first impression is very, very important. You got to understand, when you work with people, they got to trust you. If they're going to open their wallets and they're going to tell you their trade secrets and ask you for help, they have to trust you. And that trust is built. It's not something that you get automatically because you know yourself. Now, those conferences, it's a big hassle. Of course, it's not easy, and we're going to do a video about how to work on conferences specifically. But today, the second thing I want to talk to you about is going to your client service providers. You got to understand, when you want to close a deal, a hookup is the best thing you can have. For example, if you got a girl you're interested in and her friend says a good word about you, you're in, right? The same thing goes with businesses. For example, if your client has a service provider for systems and you can talk to that service provider and tell them, look, I can bring your portfolio up by helping your clients if I give them my service, those service providers are going to be happy to connect you to their clients. If you go to somebody which has a percentage in the business, you can offer, again, more help, more revenue, more optimization. That person is going to benefit from it as well, and that person is going to give you the hookup. So you got to think about what your clients are using at the moment and go and search for everything that they're using in order to get an inside way from those places. That's the second thing. So when you look for clients, of course you do your homework, of course you go online, of course you search and do everything else. You plan your conferences, you plan your events for them to come and see you personally, but besides that, you prepare yourself by their service providers. So you got a hookup and then you got a personal meeting, and that trust cannot be broken later. That trust is what's going to give you the deals, and that trust is what's going to give you the opportunity to find new people. Once you got your clients, this is just the beginning. You got to understand that while you're doing the first job of looking for clients and contacting them and bringing some trust to you and closing the deal, after you put out the first invoice, the work has just begun. You got to understand that you cannot go easy after you close the deal. After you close the deal, that's just the beginning. Now, what I mean by that is, you close the deal, you put out an invoice, you gave a service, and you think everything's going to be okay and everything's going to last. That's exactly the point where your company's going to go bankrupt. What I mean is, if you close the deal and you talk to a person, you got to remind yourself. You got to remind yourself to talk to him. You got to remind yourself to give answers. You got to remind yourself to give more service and more support. That client of yours can forget about you. Out of sight, out of mind is our biggest problem in this industry. Online gave you a lot of options. You can talk to people, you can find new people, you can do everything. But with that, everybody else got the same options. And if you get lost in the middle, and if you don't do your work professionally, you don't do everything and above that, you're going to lose the client. Now, what can you do? Once a week, for example, you can contact your client. You can give him an answer before he asks the question. For example, I think that if you're going to do this and this and this using our system, you can get a benefit like this and this and this. It could be a regular thing. It could be a simple thing. When you approach your client with new ideas and not just asking for money or checking on the invoice or doing the regular things, your client's going to get the notion that you care about his business, which you actually do, of course. And when you care about his business, that's somebody he can work with. That's a very important think for you. Out of sight, out of mind is our biggest problem. And you got to keep working in order to bring that relationship to a fail-safe where he's not going to talk to other people. He's not going to refer to messages that he gets on LinkedIn from those idiots that we talked about. He's not going to go searching for something new. You got to always work. You got to always do something more. You got to always think about what your clients need and how to improve on that. That's the way to regulate your business. That's the way to find those relationships that you can trust in order to grow your business from year to year. And that's the way you got to work. Because today in this industry, nothing else is going to save you besides yourself.